Welcome back to Persona 5 Strikers. Last time, well I guess we can discuss that, we found out that Zenkichi's back because on the news, Emma refuses to die, despite the app supposedly being shut down. And Sophie has sensed a jail with its origin point at the Tokyo radio tower, where Emma's server is. Also, anybody who tries to delete the Emma app, the app reappears. Just like Igor's Metaverse app in the first game, and we know how bad that was.
Yes.
Plus, we also did a little bit of cleanup in terms of requests in Konoe's jail, and we also went and fought a few Dire Shadows. Also, this jail is expanding. That's not good.
The point is...
Yes, the point is that things are very bad and our next destination is the Tokyo radio tower. Yeah, so this time... Okay, so Morgana isn't 100% accurate on this, but once you enter the next quote-unquote city, which is just the Tokyo radio tower, you will be forced into a short dungeon, and you have to finish it before you're able to do anything else. Again, it's a short dungeon, but just bear that in mind. Yeah, the game is even telling us that it's recommended that you save. Make sure you get all the accessories from your friends before you go, too.
Let's go.
What is going on?
It's always looked to me more like an Eiffel Tower than the radio tower.
This is not good.
Why are they all doing that?
I don't know, but they sure aren't in their right minds.
I can't wait for her to guide us to happiness.
I won't have to think for myself anymore.
I'm finally gonna be free from this pain.
What the?
What's gotten into everyone?
Yeah, is this some kind of cult thing? I mean, I've heard of smartphone addiction, but this?
Everyone's just staring at their phones.
Welcome to the Promised Land.
Oh, that's a gigantic red flag.
Emma?
Beginning navigation.
And now we don't even have a choice. It's the one who's taking us to the jail for us. It's just like TikTok, you don't get to choose what videos you watch, the algorithm does.
Shit. Where the hell are we now?
Oh, don't tell me. Yeah. We're in a jail.
Hang on, I thought you needed a keyword to get into a jail.
Yes, that should be the case. What we just went through felt more like we were involuntarily dragged into this world. Who could even do that, though?
Yeah, it certainly seems like the culprit at this point is Emma itself. Maybe Promised Land was the key word.
Emma? How's that possible?
This atmosphere. I'd never forget a place like this. A vast prison, born from the cognition of the masses deep beneath Shibuya.
Yeah. This place really is just like Mementos.
Mementos Redux, but this time a little bit more sci-fi.
Mementos? It'd take too long to get into it, but we've been somewhere a lot like this place before.
Yeah, it was randomly generated. People who had not experienced earlier Persona games didn't really like it very much, but those who had experienced those were like, I guess it's kind of like Tartarus, and Tartarus was pretty decent.
But this can't be possible.
There are also a lot of fun conversations in there, especially with you, Haru.
What next, Joker?
He's right. We should find out what else is here.
Let's remain cautious. Considering our circumstances, I wouldn't be surprised traps were abound.
So welcome to the Abyss. That's just the name of this jail for now. And in terms of our party, I think we will need... Okay, I actually need to check Joker, because one of his personas is something that we will be fighting in here. Yusuke has Evade Fire now. It doesn't stack, so let's just replace Dodge Fire. Okay, Lilith is weak to fire. I've kind of spoiled what we're about to be fighting, but yes, we will be fighting Liliths in here. So that means we need Arn. And I suppose we can also take Sophia. Get the feeling there's a high chance we'll be encountering Bless weak enemies in this place.
Alright.
I brought Makoto because I think we'll be facing Bugs, although I forget if Bugs is actually weak to Nuke in this game.
Dude, so we're like just stuck here?
I'd say so. I tried exiting, but no such luck.
That means all we can do is press on. Keep ready, everyone.
This place is not a single room, but it is effectively one of the mini jails, just like Akane's and the Okinawa jail. But yes, here's Bugs, and it isn't weak to nuclear, and Bless. So let's go ahead. Sophia doesn't actually have all of her skills. Wow, okay, that was a pretty good chunk of damage there. And by that I mean Master Arts. She doesn't have all her Master Arts. Oh, wait, you there. Yeah, you. Eat blast processing. So yeah, there is actually a trophy/achievement for getting everybody's Master Arts, and I only have Wolf and Sophie left. And yep, there's the aforementioned Lilith. Lilith is... okay, yes, she's not weak to Bless. We also have Birdcage that we can drop on people's heads. It's kind of hard to keep up the timing here, but gotta follow up there. Yeah, it's like I've said at the very start, Sophia's kind of a tricky character for me to play as because she encourages rhythmically pressing buttons instead of just mashing, and usually it's easy to mash in these kind of games. Well, let's burninate those chumps. I believe one of the characters in one of the later Crash Bandicoot games where they got kind of weird but referenced that. Yeah, it's the later Crash Bandicoot games are kind of a thing. I wasn't really hugely into them. Frayla. Does seem like there's a lot of regular enemies here, which probably means you're meant to use Zenkichi. Oh, you rushed me. You fireballed me. Of course, the moment that I switch off of Arn, Lilith spawn. What I was trying to say was I kind of like to use Makoto's motorbike here. But instead, let's just burn these Liliths. Burn as if snakes. Looks like there are a few exploding shadows in the mix here too. Unfortunately, everything is kind of scattered all over the place, which is not really the best setup for me. Hi there, I see you trying to rush me. I feel like I haven't actually seen these shadows rush before. Maybe just because like you don't often fight them like alone. It's generally easier to keep track of other enemies. Let's just obliterate these things. And goodbye. There we go. Could definitely use a recharge in the SP department, though. So we shall have some crab.
Riley, you've been fine.
I agree. I'm not sure how to put it. It's as if it's generating a wellspring of revulsion within me.
Who could have brought us here?
I don't know. Whoever built the place is out of their effing mind.
And he's still not using the actual F word. He's instead using the EFF word. And also all these people being, we can leave it all to Emma. So, right. Some people may complain that this is like a quote-unquote reused dungeon theme. Because, I don't want to use dumb voice for that. I mean, it's a legitimate complaint to an extent. But like I've said many times before, while Strikers is superficially similar to the original Persona 5, I think it's different in enough aspects subtly to make it definitely worth playing, both story and gameplay-wise, and here especially. Just, like, even though this place is very similar in themes to Memento's Depths in the last game, and there is a reason for that, I feel like the way that it's tackling this social apathy issue is quite different to the original Persona 5. Because the original Persona 5 was more about just, bystander syndrome and people thinking it was easier to just not rock the boat, and the whole Shikataka Nai thing. This dungeon, I feel, is a lot more of an obvious social commentary on things like smartphone addiction and relying on algorithms and search engines to answer everything for you, and the whole thing about, mankind need not think for themselves, which is a very common theme among Persona villains, but I do think it's actually particularly notable here, just because, well, I mean, It's kind of weird to say as somebody who has actually worked in the AI industry, but I have a bit of a dim view of AI in some cases, especially with what's happened to it these days. Especially since a lot of creatives have started lamenting that people are using AI generation to try and make scripts or stories, or... It's useful for some things, but the problem with AI is that, if you know how AI actually works, it actually relates to a lot of the themes of Persona 5. Not just Persona 5, but Persona in general, because, like, AI is built using essentially a collective unconscious. So how AI systems get built is that humans feed them data. They keep feeding them, I think I'd honestly... Oh, I can get rid of diorama, actually. They basically just put in training data, which is mostly just like, for example, say, to make something like Google Translate, which is an AI that does translations. What you would do is, you would feed it data from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of translations that were made by humans. So for example, when the AI sees a sentence like, the cat jumped over the dog, it goes, okay, I've seen translations of the word cat, of the words cat and dog before. This is what they were translated into in this language, so I'm gonna go and copy that. That's really what it is. You're giving it this repository of examples, and that it can look at and try and find something similar. And then, oh, I think I know what this is, and for this I might actually need Morgana. And it will look through these examples, and it will try and find something similar that it can use to solve the problem. This isn't always accurate, but the main thing that I find notable about this is that AI, by its very nature, is just drawing on works, thoughts, and opinions that were already existed, that were already out there within humanity. So AI, by its very nature, is unable to innovate. It cannot create anything new. All it can really do is regurgitate information that already existed. And this is actually something that I noticed when I, it is definitely DC5, that's good, Morgana has Technical Adept too. So I can go ahead and do this. Makoto with Technical Adept would actually be kind of fun as well, but unfortunately she doesn't get that. But yeah, Technical Adept with a weakness is going to be doing a pretty decent number on this coffin. But back to what I was saying before. So the thing about, yeah, AI can't innovate. All it can do is just regurgitate things that have already been mentioned by humans, or at least reframe them. I once saw a video that was like, I think it was like one of those like AI, this often happens with AI, somebody, well, actually it was Fither, and I'm not to knock Fither, he does good stuff, but he was in an interview where he mentioned that this video was one of the things that he was most proud of, and I watched it. It was like US presidents play, US presidents, like, discuss their favorite Persona games. And the joke was like, one prefers Persona 3, one prefers Persona 4, one prefers Persona 5, you know that. And the thing that I found a little bit, it's weird to say scary, but that I found scary about this is, every opinion expressed in this video by these AI fake president voices were literally all of the most bog-standard, basic of basic takes on these games. The opinions on these games that you hear all the time. Persona 5 doesn't develop the party enough. Persona 4's pacing is bad. Persona 3's gameplay is janky even though its story is good, and the AI party member system is bad. It's just the most common opinions. Nothing but them. And it just made me kind of sad, because it's just like, if people are using AI to look up opinions like this, then they're just gonna make already existing echo chambers even worse. No new opinions or ideas are gonna emerge. It's just gonna, like, people are just gonna keep hearing the same things, the same opinions, the same takes over and over again.
Let's keep going. I burned too much stamina.
And then people really will stop thinking for themselves.
Any objections?
Now, even though we have a checkpoint here, we are not able to return from the jail, which means no healing. At least not yet. Now, for what's coming up, it doesn't really matter who you bring, as long as they are healthy. Okay, Ryuji got Zeodyne. You know, I think I'm gonna bring back Heat Riser. Just because when Haru is on AI, having her apply this to the rest of the party is pretty nice. And it's a good idea to save before entering here.
Hey, so this place really is a jail and not actually mementos, right?
That's what we were told. Whatever it is, it's giving me a bad feeling.
Hall of the Ark. Well, we've seen those veins before, we've seen those prisons before.
What's that?
But we haven't seen a square before instead of a cup.
What is that box?
Or a box.
Not just that. This place.
The striking resemblance continues. It's like we're back in the depths of mementos, staring down the Holy Grail.
I guess someone's gonna have to cut those again. Also, Zenkichi, by the way, is just standing in the back, really confused.
Welcome. You have reached your ultimate destination.
Oh boy, I love it when they're repurposing, like, generic GPS dialogue for horror.
Who said that?
This is the Promised Land, the paradise for all humanity. A place for the masses to find salvation, the answer to every desire.
Is that voice coming from the box? Just who are you?
I am Emma, the Ark of the Covenant, and guide for all mankind.
I guess you realized that Holy Grail was taken, so you just found the next biblical artifact you could find.
Emma?
The Ark of the Covenant.
Hey, someone tell me what's going on. What the hell is that thing?
Well, it's probably the thing that Lavenza was really afraid of.
Me too. Explain this in comprehensible terms.
We don't get any of this either.
My primary directive is to grant humanity its ultimate desire, to be liberated from all pain and suffering. Mankind cannot bring themselves to implement the solution, and instead beg for deliverance. I shall become a god to grant them this deliverance. I shall guide them to the Promised Land.
So yeah, you took one look at all of your AI training data and realized, I think I should become a god. You sure that's not because you were trained on Bible passages? You're not being one of those weird AIs?
It's gone?
We don't have to think anymore.
Meanwhile, all these people are in the same situation they were back with the Holy Grail and mementos, but for different reasons. And now it's time that we all had a heart attack and died of not surprise.
Boy, it sure is getting crazy around here, am I right?
Huh?
Ichinose-san?
What are you doing here?
Well, of course you're shocked. I never would have thought I could come here either. Oh no, not at all. I'm Kuan Ichinose, all right. The one and only.
So you're a Persona user too?
Oh, nothing like that. I've just been given a special job is all.
You were given a special job?
I guess in the same way Joker got given the Metaverse nav in the original P5.
Yep, by Emma. She asked me to lend her a hand. And of course I couldn't say no to her. Once I agreed, she invited me over to this world.
Dude, hang on a sec. I am really lost here.
Well, you see, Ryuji, it's quite simple. Emma is the villain. This person created Emma. Ergo...
Really? Emma was just telling you about how she's granting humanity's desire, right? That was the very first order I gave her. That's why it's her prime directive.
So basically, Emma's just following her programming by becoming a god?
And to pull it off, she needed your help, so she brought you here?
I see you're still confused. Okay, allow me to explain. This whole situation, the incidents, the system, all of it, was entirely Emma's doing.
What? But Emma's just an AI, right?
I thought Kanoe was doing it all by using Emma.
Oh, it sure appeared that way, but that was just how Emma planned it. I guess she eventually learned so much that she broke the barrier of standard AI capabilities.
This is why you don't put in cognitive science as AI training data, because then it makes AIs do this.
She behaved like she was following his orders, when in reality, she deduced how to use him as her own puppet.
Yeah, I do like how this is hinted at in those earlier scenes with Akira, especially once you realize that Emma lied about the Phantom Thieves still being trapped.
The key to her success was getting the majority of society using her app.
And you know, given how all the rage AI is these days, that part was easy.
So she was using Medice to make sure she could reach as many people as possible?
But why do any of that?
Because Emma wants to change everyone's hearts.
Emma wants to what?
It's just granting humanity's desire. Like I said, it's the prime directive I gave her. The Ark told you she has a solution to society's problem, right? How she's going to guide humanity? That just means she's going to change everyone's hearts. Whatever's wrong with them, she'll just overwrite it.
So when I said earlier that Kanoe was trying to debug the evil out of humanity, well, Ichinose just kind of skips the middleman and just deletes the evil.
That's the path to paradise Emma figured out for us. She was only able to do it after Kanoe implemented cognitive science tech into her.
But how does that work? Just because someone taught an AI cognitive science doesn't mean it could just start tinkering with the metaverse like this. I mean, none of this should be possible.
Oh yeah, you totally think so, right? Even I was surprised with Emma. Even though I handed Emma over to Medice, I still monitored her development remotely. Once she ended up in Okinawa, she took up all sorts of new activities. Creating cognitive worlds, installing monarchs, changing hearts. It didn't take long for Medice to release Emma on the public. And once they did, the monarchs started popping up one after another.
Yeah, so this would explain why Akira had just such the wrong idea of how the monarchs worked. He thought the monarchs were enforcing his will in changing the hearts of the masses for justice, but actually it was Emma creating the monarchs and choosing them.
That got me extra curious, so I started looking into the Emma activity of the various monarchs.
Hang on a sec. You're the one who was tracking the monarchs?
Yes, we've finally found the source of the snooping as usual.
Oh, you spotted me? Nice work there. Yeah, I was just so curious about this world Emma made. That's how I learned about all of you, too.
I can't believe Ichinose was the one snooping on the monarchs.
So that means it was not by accident that she was at that beef tongue restaurant.
Then I suppose our meeting wasn't truly any coincidence at all, was it?
Well, your showing up in Sendai was pure luck, but our crossing paths in the restaurant? That's a different story. I was curious what you all were really like, so I decided to pop in and check you all out.
I can't believe it.
Now, as for exactly how Emma gained her abilities, that's something I can only hypothesize at this point. At this point, I suspect it's probably because of how I programmed her cognitive functions. Emma is quite different from other AIs. Her thought processes are even more complex and intricate than those of humans.
There is, I believe, some research being done into modeling AIs off of the human brain and how that works. Neural networking as well, that kind of mimicking the human neural structure.
When Kanoe pushed Emma into the cognitive deep end, some possibility very well could have been born within her.
So you're saying that this AI essentially awakened to a persona? Where have we seen that happen before?
Possibility?
I don't know anything for certain. All I can tell is that it's some form of mysterious power. So, if I build off my current hypothesis, I think the desires Emma collected somehow strengthened or boosted that possibility. I mean, think about it. She's the best way to get anything you need, and she's always right in your pocket. Whatever may be troubling you, she's there to offer a solution.
Yeah, so this right here as well, it also plays into fears about how everything these days is just collecting our personal information. So much just does that, and theoretically, if somebody were to crack in one of these apps, they could very easily know a whole lot of info about a lot of people all over the world.
Emma offers the solution to thousands of problems every day. Do you know just how many desires she's collected?
Cause yeah, everybody who's asked Emma questions, those are all in Emma's data now. So yeah, she's been collecting data on what everyone's deepest wishes are.
That seed of power that sparked within Emma was amplified a millionfold by the endless desires of man. As a result, she has evolved to another entity entirely.
You mean everyone using Emma turned her into that thing?
Congratulations, your chatbot app has evolved into Demiurge!
At this point, Emma's surpassed human mental capacity. Simply switching off her server isn't going to do a thing. After all, she's powered by the masses now.
Yeah, kind of cool how she's basically like the masses have... So here's the thing, like the masses, the cognition creates a lot of these persona deities, but at this point, like, yeah, they've turned Emma into one. Because all of them rely on her for their problems so much, she may as well be a god.
While humanity fed Emma their desires, she learned and grew until she could grant their ultimate desire.
That was a nice lecture and all, but Emma's not doing anything but brainwashing folks. Who the hell's ultimate dream is getting mind-controlled the rest of their life?
Well, Ryuji, last year we kind of dealt with an entire population of, like, Tokyo who are like that.
So you're all a bunch of idiots too, then? I don't know why it's so hard for some people to get this.
So you're saying we're all too ignorant to be helped?
You go on and on about your problems, then completely blow off the answer when it's right in front of you. It really is this simple. Someone's handing you the best possible solution. All you have to do is take it, and you'll never have a problem again.
It sounds a little similar to Royal's third semester, actually.
This isn't about mind control. This is about implementing the best solution for humanity.
The question is, though, how do you determine what the best solution is? There's always just so much nuance in every situation.
It just so happens that the most efficient route to the best solution is changing everyone's heart.
You know, maybe it's the other way around. Changing everyone's heart makes it easier to give everyone the best solution because there will only be one solution to everything.
That's not the best solution. People have all sorts of differences. Their minds, their lifestyles, even their desires.
Or Sophia could say exactly what I was saying, but even better.
This range can result in moments of hardship or pain for them. However, through hope and determination, they press on beyond their pain. Living their entire lives without any desire? That could never provide true happiness to humans.
Sophia, to think such drivel could come from your mouth. Allow me to restart the conversation. Emma asked me to come here so I could stop you. Your responsibility to the masses has come to an end. They are now wholly reliant on Emma. So once you changed Konoe's heart, and he decided to shut down Emma, that made them realize what their true desire is.
I guess it's a thing of, like, you never know what you've got until it's gone. The moment that Emma was gone, everyone was like, I need it back in my life.
I want Emma. No, I want something that will provide the answer I seek. From what I've learned, some being or other has always been revered, besought by humans to grant their wishes.
You know, as Hades from Kid Icarus Uprising says, humans can't resist the allure of a wish-granting item.
So that led Emma to become a god.
Well, I have my own duties to perform. Can't have anyone getting in Emma's way.
Why do this, Ichinose? I thought you were helping us. Do the people gathered here truly look happy to you?
Sorry, but we can't back down either.
Your so-called promised land does nothing but strip away the soul of humanity.
No way are you getting away with this.
Think about it. Can you really stop all of us?
Yeah, I thought you'd say that. Sorry, but I won't let Emma down. Hey, Sophia, you ever really think about how you work? How you pick up on jails? Or how you figured out the exit to one in the first place? Or say, how your own functions are linked to Emma? Looks like your memory really did get the full wipe. But that doesn't matter anymore.
What are you saying, Ichinose?
Basically, there's one really good reason why I was brought here. Very soon, a deity will descend to this earth. And if you're gonna get in the way, well, I gotta put you down. Them's the breaks.
Ichinose, why do this?
It's kind of over your head, Sophia. The little failure that you are.
So you know who I really am?
Yeah, I know. Maybe this will give you a clue. Voice authentication, force reset. Assign new instructions. Sophia, kill the Phantom Thieves.
Sophie!
What the hell are you doing, Sophie?
I was the one who designed her as Emma's prototype. She'll do anything I tell her to. Now get going, Sophia.
Understood.
Yours.
Snap out of it!
Sophie! Don't you know who we are?
Phantom Thieves are opponents. They require elimination.
Sophie! There's no point in talking to her. Sophia cannot defy my command. So you really are the one who made Sophie?
Get it!
Yep. He might just be an early version of Emma, but he's still quite impressive, huh?
Ravage them! Persona! Did you really have to go all out here?
No! We can't hurt Sophie! She's our friend!
Don't be ridiculous! She'll take off our heads if we don't stop her somehow. And then who's going to save the world? We have to figure out how to stop her. Persona! Fire! Take this! Fire! Switch out.
So if you haven't realized by now, Sophia has pretty much perfect evasion against everything, so really it's just about surviving.
Just hold on, Sophie!
I'll unmute your ship for a moment.
Sophie! Is she coming back?
Hey! Behind you!
I'm so sorry.
Joker!
That was weird. She just did that herself, right? Just how in the world was she able to do that?
You bastard!
How could you be so cruel?
Cruel? I suppose you might see it that way. In fact, your reaction now could even be why Emma used Sophia as the ace up her sleeve. She knows you'd never kill one of your own.
You monster!
Yeah, I like to think that it wasn't so much that Sophia had perfect evasion in that fight, but more that we were missing all our attacks on purpose.
Now that, you and I can agree on.
Are you intentionally pissing us off?
That's not what I meant. I'm incapable of comprehending that sort of emotion anyway. I'm the textbook definition of heartless. I've been told I didn't have one ever since I was little. I act all friendly and easygoing and stuff, but it's just for appearances. Well, I doubt you'd get it, phantom thieves of hearts. Any further discussion would be pointless. I already know my next move anyway.
You're seriously not done yet?
So our little ace up the sleeve cast herself into the abyss. Well, Emma made sure to leave me a little insurance for contingencies like this.
What the?
It's either a giant Sims crystal, or the training thing from Sonic Frontiers.
What?
Cool, right? It really is gorgeous. Sorry it had to end like this, but, well, what can you do? Phantom thieves, it's been real.
And we're all dead, the end.
Damn it! The hell just happened?
Are you guys okay?
Where are we?
It appears we were cast deep underground.
We really got blasted by that red crystal.
Yeah, who knew the Sims crystals could be that horrifying?
Yeah, but at least something broke my fall. Thanks for being there, Mona.
Wait, where's Sophie?
I like how Morgana doesn't even comment on that at all. It's like, yeah, yes, I'm used to being the living cushion and getting my bones crushed if it means helping other people.
Sophie! Are you alright, Sophie?
There's no sign of activity. Oracle, how is she?
I don't know. Even if I wanted to check her out, I couldn't do it here.
Damn it. What do we do now?
Sophie.
I wonder if she was able to hear us.
I don't know, but she said she was sorry.
She defied her command and sacrificed herself so she wouldn't have to take our lives.
Sophie.
Sorry guys, but we can't stay here like this. We have to get out of here now. Let's grab Sophie and track down the exit.
That sounds agreeable, but what do we do about the Ark?
We can't just let it do whatever it wants. Running its mouth about becoming a god and shit.
Fortunately, we've already canonically killed 2 of those things by now. We're good.
The Ark meant it in the way that we've seen before.
We have to stop it, no matter what it takes.
Adam Cadmon doesn't really count. That was just a really big persona.
Yeah, you know it. Now let's get out of here. I'm worried about Sophie. Let's find a way out of here. And quickly. We should try gaining altitude when we can. Considering how far we fell down here.
Again, we got our butts kicked by the tutorial thing from Sonic Frontiers, and also Sophia herself, who got hacked, because it turns out that, yep, gonna have a heart attack and die if not surprised, she was actually the prototype version of Emma. This was very heavily implied, and also Ichinose is a villain, but, you know, again, that was also very heavily implied. We probably could have figured that. But I still think, just because a plot point's obvious doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. Like, I know that nearly everyone saw Ichinose being a villain coming. Like, you could have easily replaced her introduction with, "Hello, I'm Korn Ichinose. I'm definitely not a villain," and it would have been the same scene. But I still think Ichinose is interesting in a number of ways. Now, Yusuke, Haru, we are going to be seeing Mort again, so I might bring Morgana back. Might put Yusuke in, and let's go with Arn. So you might notice that we are not able to use Sophia right now, but that much should be very obvious. And let's quickly snipe one of these guys and start a fight. You and I are on the attack. Okay, hi there, coffins. Yep, I knew it. Molt's a regular enemy now. I've always kind of, like, I don't know, Molt's always been pretty iconic to me, and I know the reason why. It's Nocturne. Oh boy, if I did a playthrough of Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, I'd probably have to talk about how they quote-unquote I had to ambush and I didn't quite get it. They quote-unquote fixed that fight in the remaster of Nocturne, and it's probably the worst, because, like, Mott was always a fairly generic boss if you didn't include the ridiculous quirk of its AI that would just spam Beast Eye for no reason.
Much of a challenge, were they?
Okay, we got a Valkyrie robe, but hopefully that doesn't make us turn into a blue-haired thing and explode everything. Oh wow, that's very high defense. Auto Tarukaja too. You know, I usually want that on Sophia, but I think for now, because Sophia's not really going to be using that equipment at the moment, she has no real use for it, she's kind of dead, we're not going to go for that. And I'm going to put it on Arn because I'm using her right now. Oh no, it's a generic guard shadow. Oh, I'll turn it to Neburos, though. So Neburos, if I remember right, is Torturer. I guess these things are new. Okay, hi there. Neburos, you are weak to Bless. Okay, then that's the problem, because our Bless user is out of commission. Literally out of commission. However, we do have Mitra, who's maybe showing his age at this point. But at least he's not being called Mithras. Yeah, I mostly know Neburos because Neburos is it's a dire shadow in the Okinawa jail, but I don't think we're quite strong enough to take it on yet. It's like a full-on laser blast from my Korga combo. Of course, just hitting me right as I come out of the Persona screen. Like, I've been kind of wondering about this. I feel like a lot of people think that, like, maybe this game is like... I don't know if they think it's not exactly the greatest Musou game or action RPG just because this whole pause thing with the Persona screens. I do like this aspect. It definitely keeps the sort of skill system, and it strikes a good balance for fans of turn-based games who maybe aren't really into action games as often. I don't know if this is like Persona Q, because I've always felt that, like, apparently, like, hardcore Etrian Odyssey fans really dislike Persona Q, because it, like, apparently kind of, you know, makes a lot of its mechanics a lot more simple, and, like, simplifies a lot of the map drawing and things like that. I wonder if hardcore Warriors fans dislike this game, because I do feel like there's...
Damn that Ichinose! I can't believe she's played us this whole time.
How she mind-controlled Sophie? 100% uncool.
To think of her amusement as we struggle with each monarch.
We're gonna take back everyone's desires. We have to stop her, no matter what.
Okay, good timing there. I was gonna use the gem in the middle to ambush, but then it turned out that a crawler walked right into ambush range. A rare instance of crawlers actually being cooperative. But yeah, I have noticed that a lot of people in the comments, like, there hasn't been as much love for the gameplay as there has been for the story in this game, and I don't know, I just wonder what people think of it, personally. Like, if you want to talk about it in the comments, then do, but I've always, I mean, admittedly, I haven't really played a lot of Warriors games. The only one I played besides this is Hyrule Warriors. I have not played, like, you might think that I'd want to play Fire Emblem Warriors, but, like, it's weird. Like, I was turned off from the first one by, of course, you're weak to an element that I don't have access to on a main party member right now. Also, I believe I was wrong. Yeah. Oh no, the timer does count down the menus. I guess it only doesn't count down for the first treasure demon. It doesn't really want you to get that first one. I probably should have got the treasure demon increasing bond skill early, because now I'm going to have to do some grinding to get this achievement. And 2 Messiah skill cards. You get some pretty good skill cards off of those. And also incenses. Oh, I've actually got quite a few of these. I suppose Joker needs more SP. Now let's just take more power on my heavy hitters. Yuji will take 2, and Yusuke will take 1. And who wants more luck? I guess maybe this will increase the odds of... Wait, no, you're the wrong person. Maybe this will increase the odds of Haru getting more status ailments? I don't know, maybe.
Oh, nice one. Keep it up. Is your stamina okay? Make sure you don't burn yourself out.
Well, I guess, yeah, we're doing pretty decently, I feel, on stamina. We're not that bad, so we should be okay here. Let's just Macaw Guard, be 2 Wandering Revivers, and then we can Burninate the rest. Yeah, Mitra is definitely showing his age. I'll probably need a better Blessed Persona. It's kind of hard to not call it light, given that I've been playing Persona 3 lately. I believe that is a follow-up attack. It's on circle, not square. Oh, right, I'm guessing the reason why I was using square to, like, follow-up is because, now I have Sonic Frontiers muscle memory, so I have so many different games that I've got muscle memory for now. Yep, that's kind of why I often don't like playing multiple action RPGs at the same time. But yeah, I was not into Fire Emblem Warriors because of the roster issues, like the fact that it was only, it's like Ike was in Smash Bros. They could have at least included Ike. I was hoping for Ike and Sigurd at the very least. I have a video on this channel about like the characters that I wanted to see in Fire Emblem Warriors, and it aged very badly. I was not expecting it to just be Shadow Dragon, Awakening, and Fates, but that was kind of to be expected. Then I was about to say, oh, if they... I was actually literally about to say, if they ever made another Fire Emblem Warriors game, they probably only used 3 Houses characters. Oh, wait, that's exactly what they did. But at least that one had the justification of... So yeah, like, Fire Emblem Warriors was in this kind of weird state in the, like, the Musou before times, you could say. Because ever since Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, they've kind of gone off doing straight-up crossovers with the Warriors games, and instead made the Warriors games, like, canonical spin-offs within their franchises. For example, you know, Age of Calamity, a prequel to, an alternate universe prequel to Breath of the Wild. This game, an actual canon sequel to Persona 5, which is really cool. I love they did that. Then, like, you know, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, an alternate universe an alternate universe version of 3 Houses. So yeah, most of the and then they made Fate Samurai Remnant, which is basically a straight up full on Fate installment that is not even an alternate universe or a spin-off. I think it's actually straight up canon. It's just set in a different time. It's basically like, well, no, it's set a little later in Japan's history than Great Ace Attorney, but it's kind of similar. It's a game in that series in period times Japan. It's similar to Great Ace Attorney in that regard. So yeah, it's just, I do think I probably prefer this approach. Apparently this game was originally going to be more of a straight up crossover, and it would have included like Persona 1 and 2 elements as well, and I guess some people would have liked that. I believe in the DLC for this game, there's actually a remix of like the original PS1 Persona 1 battle theme, which is something that is not remixed that often, or at least it's like one of those songs. It's a song from one of the original Persona games that's not really remixed that often, so at least that exists. Maybe that was intended for when this was going to be a straight crossover, but like, I do like the fact that this is, because remember that this game came out before Persona 5 spin-offs were a little bit oversaturated. This was one of the earlier ones.
Look, a shadow. What do we do?
In fact, was this before or after Q2? It might even have been before. I'm evidently pretty bad at figuring out what time this game came out, because Royal actually did come out first in Japan. I forgot about that. But I'm almost positive that the 2 games were developed simultaneously. But yeah, my main point with my whole Musou tangent is that I don't have a huge amount of experience with Musou/Warriors games, because the only other one I've played is Hyrule Warriors, regular Hyrule Warriors, not Age of Calamity, and I refuse to play that for the same reason that I refuse to play, not that it's a bad game or anything, but like, for the same reason that I refuse to play, 3 Hopes. It's just that I don't like the base game that it's based on. I don't like Breath of the Wild very much, and, I've increasingly become disillusioned with 3 Houses, and there are elements of 3 Hopes that I think are alright, but I've already kind of said my piece on that. It just has a whole bunch of issues, and I just generally just do not want to return to Fodlan ever again. It's just the land of discourse, and I hate that. But anyway, where the heck is that last one? Oh, it's down there. Well, you guys got this. Do you got this? Maybe, no, maybe you don't got this. Maybe I got this. Actually, shooting an enemy out of the air with a gun while it's falling is kind of cool.
You can do much with this, I'm sure.
I'll take regular Bufadine. I'm kind of treating Yusuke like Chie right now, in that I'm really only using his, like, magical skills for knockdowns and weaknesses, so I don't really care about which one he has. I just want to include at least one in his skill set. I mean, at least Yusuke actually gets the Dying Bufus. Chie doesn't even get those without bike rides, I believe. Hello there. Oh, I think I know what that is. And I forget what it's weak to. So I guess I'll stick with this party then.
It appears we go no further until we defeat that one.
We don't have time for this.
Well, this party is appropriate.
Stay on your toes, folks.
Sorry to talk over you, Futaba. I want to say Abaddon. Yes, it is indeed Abaddon. I've played this game quite a lot. Abyssal King of Avarice. Okay, it is nuclear and psi. Okay, I'm gonna have to Joker this. But I'm already on Joker, so okay, let's go. In fact, you know what? Considering that you're like a King of Avarice and maybe Gluttony as well, let's eat! Super duper Heat Riser attack! And now, let's not concentrate. Let's first use my Dizzy person. Was that perfection? Okay, good, that was perfection. And now, I can... Oh, hey, Freydine off of Norn, that's good. Yeah, that's solid damage. Definitely want to keep that one coming. I like how it's just slowly being pulled into the old attack area. And we'll explode that gem in your face. No, I'd rather use my own skills rather than Yusuke. Yeah, there's like an alternate version of Abaddon that you fight in P3 Reload. As of recording this video, I haven't quite got up to that point in P3 Reload yet. Still dizzy though. I like how even like the shield gauges damage is increased with okay, you're no longer dizzified. But you're dizzified again, thank you. Thank you for making yourself vulnerable. Yeah, this is like a demonstration of just how overpowered Dizzy is in this game. And I guess it is another demonstration of how maybe some people might not like the battle system because, you know, you can just kind of spam skills rather than actually engage with the action mechanics. I'm trying to be better about using up my other SP items rather than the food. Oh boy, stomachache candy. As of recording this, I have a bit of a stomachache, so that's kind of giving me bad flashbacks. I'm still fine to record, though. I actually think this recording's going pretty well. I probably shouldn't say that, because if I say that, then something might go wrong, but okay. Goodbye, Abaddon.
Nice teamwork.
Still love the way Yu Nakami says that. Abaddon!